Hey guys, it's Johan here. I'm with Coach Todd from No Limits Triathlon. Todd is my coach, and I wanted to ask him 10 questions about
10
our
questions.
most recent adventure down in Moab. So for those of you who don't know, we went down there, and I did a trail running race. Did 240 miles. It's called Moab 240. Span across 4.5 days. So did that, completed it, which is awesome. And Todd came with me to help me and crew me. So he was my support crew, my race support crew. So I'm interested to hear from his side of things. He interviewed me with a bunch of other questions,
Yeah.
but now I want to know from his perspective, uh, what was his experience like. So here we go. So
All right,
question.
let's do it.
All right, question number one, Todd. So when I first told you about, hey Todd, you want to come down to Moab and crew me, what was the first thing that came to your mind? So you knew that I was doing the Moab
Mm.
240, and
Okay, so the question is, you're asking me to crew you.
yeah,
Okay, the first thing is I have a drone. You guys, have a drone, right? And I thought, in my mind, if I go down there, I fly this drone, and I saw the pictures of the Red Rock, and go, oh yeah, that this would be epic. Me flying the drone and Johan under the drone. So I'm like, yeah, if I could do it, and I think I told you, like, I got to see how the year pans out, because I don't know if I could take the time, if, I don't know if I could afford it, and if I'd be allowed to go, because I have a family, etc., etc. So that's the biggest thing, was the drone and the shots. So I was excited. But I couldn't commit.
right. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's cool. Have you ever crew a person before for this type of race? So a multi-day race type.
No, no, no. I've gone I've gone to Ironman to help people, but I'm just the dude on the side of the road. When you're an Ironman, you actually can't help. So I can't hand you. I can't say, here, there's this, or this is, you can have some Smarties. You do that, and you can get the athletes will get disqualified. So it's totally different than me actually helping you. So no, brand new experience.
What was your so when I said, hey, would you help me, be my support crew and whatnot? And you said, other than the drone footage that you're gonna get out of, um, what else? What sort of preparation, I guess, that you did, uh, knowing that you're gonna help me out with this race?
Oh, you know what? It's gonna sound sad, but there's not a lot of preparation that I did do. I came and I met with you a couple of times, and I said, what do I have to do?
It's
What
pretty last minute too, right? So
Very last minute, like, I did a marathon on Sunday,
that's right.
and then I left on Wednesday to go down to Moab, or Salt Lake City, and I think I agreed to do it on Monday, right? So I did a marathon on Sunday. I flew back to Calgary, and you said, Todd, yes or no? I said yes. That's Monday. We're leaving Wednesday. So my preparation was not a lot, because there was never firm. I had a really busy year, right? I think I traveled 8 times. It was amazing, but as far as planning for your race, I'm like, you tell me what you need, right? I know I can do it, but I needed you to tell me what to do. And we sat down with Kevin, and I said, I saw all your stuff on the floor. I go, oh man, this is massive. But it wasn't my stuff. And that's the big thing. So I wasn't worried about it, because it was all about you. And I go, you tell me what I need to do, and I can do it. So we looked at the map, and we figured out where I could be. So we planned where I could get the truck to. We had a Ford Explorer, which is great. But some of them said you cannot go there unless you have a 4x4 with high clearance. And I didn't want to get stuck. I don't want to be out there in the middle of nowhere being stuck. But I tried to get to as many spots as I could. So the planning was minimal. It was very minimal. But we had the map out, and you had your pace time, so I knew where you're going to be. Same thing with Kevin. He has his pace time, so I was there for both of you guys. And yeah, that's it.
So would you do it again? So for example, if one of your athletes said, "Hey, you know what? Johan did a 240, but I want to do another 200 miler for this one, for Moab, Tahoe, or Bigfoot. Any of the 200 milers, would you crew me, Todd?" One of your athletes comes to you and said, "Would you crew me? We have 4 months before this race."
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I'd say to that athlete, if I'm available, if cost is right, and if time is right, then yes, because I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a heck of a lot of fun and a lot of fun. And as you know, I like taking pictures and making videos. So for me, if I get to go to a cool different location, I'm gonna go, and I think it's great, a lot of fun. So I'd probably say yes, as long as I could get those things checked off. If I could get time, make it affordable, and the okay from the family.
So you said you enjoyed it and it was fun. So what's the most enjoyable part out of, or what was the most fun or enjoyable part out of the whole 4.5 days?
Fun is a different word. I actually enjoyed hanging out with the crew members. In the beginning, I knew no one. Like I am not an ultra runner at all, and so I didn't know anything. So I was chatting with different crew members and talking about what's going on and how we take care of ourselves and things like that. And I was driving my truck around and playing with the drone, and I ran into this lady. She had her Jeep parked out in the middle of nowhere.
Was it a cool Jeep, first of all?
It was a super cool Jeep. Super cool,
Badass Jeep.
Yeah, badass
Awesome
Jeep. Anyway, she's got her bike. And she's doing a workout. It was a tri bike.
It was a triathlon.
Triathlon bike. And I'm a triathlon coach, so I'm like, I'm gonna pull up, and she probably thinks I'm this creepy dude coming, right, driving in the middle of nowhere.
How many triathlon bikes do you see out there?
And maybe 2.
Really? That was surprising. I would imagine the answer would have been 0.
I know, but there might have been 2. It might have been 2. Anyways, I only saw one person on a trainer in the desert riding a bike, and so I gotta go chat with you. I'm killing time here, so I go chat with her. And what was her name?
Brittany.
Her name's Brittany, right? So I'm chatting with her, and she gets off, and she goes, she has to pump up her tire because there's a flat tire. And I go, I'll change it for you. I'm doing nothing. I can change this back tire in 4 minutes. She says, I don't want to do it. I'm like, this is what I do. I can do it. And so humming and hawing, she goes, okay. So she has her pump out, and it says, just bring your repair stuff out. I'll do it, right? But she only had one tire lever. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. So I tried to do it with one, and it wasn't going to happen. I thought maybe something's going to break, and so we couldn't do it. So maybe you didn't know this, but what she would do is she'd ride until her tire deflated. She'd get off her bike, pump it back up, and hop back on the bike and do her workout. So not only is she out in the desert riding her bike, doing a workout, waiting for her husband, but she has a flat tire too.
Wow, I did not know this story. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and we can't change the tire because she only has one lever.
You would thought, being a coach and all, you would have one other lever hanging around in your pocket somewhere.
You know what? It's a good idea. I saw in a Hawaii Ironman once, this guy, he was a German, and he was trying to change his tire with a stick. Didn't work out. He ended up taking his bike and chucking it. And yeah, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of sad at the same time. So always bring 2 tire levers with you, because you never know when you need to get a flat tire. So that was fun for me. I like that. I also liked, I like stars and the moon. I like that. So I like looking at stars, and I saw a ton of shooting stars, which was cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's go on the flip side of that. What was the most not enjoyable part of the whole experience?
All right. So I got to sleep in the back of a truck, right? So you come in, Kevin comes in, he sleeps. You come in, you sleep, and then it's my turn to sleep at some point. So I'm sleeping in the back, and I remember thinking, what the hell am I doing? I'm in the back of this truck. I'm in this sleeping bag, and I'm feeling sorry for myself. And I go, look, I'm sleeping in the back of a truck. My life has come down to this. And then what I did is I turned to the side, which is the window, and all I could see is stars. And then as I'm feeling sorry for myself, the shooting star goes by. I go, oh. No, I don't make wishes. But I did go, you know what? It's not that bad. So that was my lowest point. And then because I looked and saw shooting stars, like, there's hope. And then from then on, it was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sleeping in the truck. So talking about sleeping in the truck. So how long were you out there? Like, how long were you out in the truck supporting us, crewing us, helping us out?
Well, how long did it take you to do the race?
4.5 days.
4.5 days. I was in the truck for 4.5 days, right? So, we started on Friday in the morning, and then I didn't actually get into the hotel room until was it Wednesday?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday night.
You didn't know it, but you guys were still running. I booked a hotel. I went in and loaded all my stuff, and I did some work, and I might have had a shower, and I felt, this is good.
So
It's good.
what did you do for sleeping and showering and food while you were out there supporting us?
Well, you can't shower for the first 2 days. You can't shower, and so once I get back to Moab, I could go into town, and I went to the rec center and I paid $5 a shower. Best $5 I've ever spent. It was really good. I did that twice. I really enjoyed that. Maybe I should have brought swim trunks so I could have gone swimming. But for the other 2 days, I was asking Brittany, like, well, what do we do? How do we stay clean? And she says, we use wipes. So I actually bought wipes in the shopping in the grocery store before I started following you. So you went off, and then I went to the grocery store. I bought a bag of bagels, right? So like 8 of them, some peanut butter, right? I had 6 Red Bulls, case of beer.
Oh,
Well, nothing about myself.
necessities.
And what else did I get? Oh, 2 bags of chips. Okay.
Salt.
Yeah, that was my food. Wow. And so I would wake up in the morning, and I used the isogenic shakes. So I'd have that for lunch because there's a lot of nutrition in there. And I also brought my vitamins too. So in the morning I'd have vitamins, evening vitamins, and then I'd have the shake. But I'd also have peanut butter bagel, right? Sometimes I'd have 2. And potato chips. And sometimes the aid stations, would feel sorry for me, I think. And you were near the back of the bus in the whole race. And I remember one time they going, hey, do you want a burger? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a burger. And then one time they said, hey, do you want a taco? I'm like, yeah, I want a taco. So the aid station people were super nice, and they would feed me sometimes, but I would never ask for food because it was all about the runners. But I think because it was at the back of the race and they knew it was done, they had food to give away. And so I would take some.
So, all right. So you're 4.5 days in the car, sleeping, eating, everything in the car, supporting us. Watching us sleep.
Oh, I never watch you sleep. It's an odd thing too. Look, you know what? We're guys, and so I'm in the front seat. It's cold out. I didn't go outside, but some people in the crew, what they would do is they'd have a chair and they'd be sitting outside while the crew members were sleeping. I was not that nice to you guys. I'm sitting in the front, so my head's here sitting, and then someone's head's here is snoring away. Sleeping. And I remember as either you or Kevin said, oh, I didn't sleep at all. I'm like, oh yeah, you did. I heard you snoring the whole way through.
I would never say I didn't sleep at all. I slept. I was out. I think at some point in time you were telling me a story and I kind of fall asleep. You were basically reading me to bed, to sleep.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite parts too. You said, Todd, what's the next leg all about? I'm like, well, Johan, let me find out. So I had my binder of stuff. So
there is some prep.
There is some prep. I prepped for a day. I printed off a lot of things, and you gave me some manuals as well to put in my binder. I looked very official.
Oh.
Right? I sure did. And then I remember I was reading the next description of the course you had to do, and I got to halfway through, and I'm like, this guy's out. It was like reading a story to my kids just before bedtime, and he was out. I could hear him. He was out.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
All right, so I'm on question number 9 now. So
right,
I got 2 more left.
Yeah.
Number 9 is, what advice would you give to other people who would want to crew or who is going to crew multi-day race, for example?
Get a good vehicle, right? Like we rented a Ford Explorer, which is big. You want it if you're going to sleep in it. You want it big enough so that the tallest person can sleep. I'm almost 6 feet, so it's almost just perfect for me. But if I was any taller, it'd be a bit of a stretch. You almost have to kind of be scrunched a bit. Bring a sleeping bag, right? Bring a chair. Like a fold-up chair would be great. I mean, we flew there, so I don't know. Maybe I could have gone to Walmart and bought a chair, maybe. But because otherwise you're just standing around. And it's hard to be on your feet that long, so you want to sit down. In some parts, you don't want to be sitting around. You're desert, and there's ants and scorpions and stuff and land sharks out there.
Land sharks, the land sharks, I tell ya, they were vicious.
And I would, if you're doing this, I'd plan. You gotta take, and I tell people that when they're doing volunteering for an Ironman or watching their athletes, is you gotta take care of yourself, right? So you gotta bring water. You have to have nutrition and all that kind of stuff. So I did have a bit of a plan, right? So I had water too. I had 24 waters, and I had a case of Coke too. And I kept giving you guys that too. I'm like, you guys need water, you need Coke. Because it's good to have that on the course. So you need fuel for yourself, and you need fuel for your car, right?
So,
I got I
talk
got
about that.
I got to the bottom part of the loop, and I'm like half a tank left. And I would go to the other crew members. I'm like, where are we getting gas? I'm like, I don't know. And they didn't care. They weren't as stressed as I was. I'm like, look, we're at the bottom here, and we're going to be running out of gas soon. And so I had to find out where to get gas. But I was a little worried about running out of gas out there. But no one else seemed to care. Maybe it's that ultra running mentality. Is that they're carefree, they're cool, they're calm.
How's that community? Like, did you? How is it different than an Ironman or triathlon community?
You know, people kept saying how awesome it is, and I think it is good. But I like the Ironman community as well. I think they're very similar, and I know you ultra runners think it's different, and it may well be. But I found that they're both supporting. I think the Ironman community is very supporting, and the ultra runners were very supporting too. So I enjoyed the community.
Cool. That's not my 10th question. I was just kind of sneaking under there.
That's like a 8B part
Yeah,
part 2 or
9A,
something.
9B. Yeah.
9. Okay.
Yeah. So here's my last question. Would you do it? Would you do the run? Would you do this 200 miler?
That's an excellent question, Johan. And I remember telling my wife, if I ever do this, tell me no. And I remember watching you do it. I looked at your feet. And I go, why would I ever do that?
Yeah.
But my birthday's coming up, and I have almost everything a person would want. And I asked for my birthday as a running backpack.
So he's in, by the way. So
I'm not going to say I'm in for sure, but there are definitely. Let's put up some pictures of your run.
okay.
We're gonna put look. Check out these pictures here. I mean, these pictures are spectacular. Now look at this. This is one of my favorite pictures of you coming down. Isn't this awesome?
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah, I love that picture too.
And this picture here, where you're over top of this ledge, like that's why I would want to do events. And sometimes it's just a picture, and I go, I want to see myself in that picture, and that's enough for me to sign up to do something stupid.
Yes, mission accomplished.
Right? And so that's why it's important to buy pictures, and that's why it's important to post pictures. It's important to write your race report, and you got to write yours.
Yeah.
So you inspire people. This video will inspire maybe 1 or 2 people, or uninspire. Who knows? It might, but I'm not a big fan of blisters, to be honest. But when I watched the video with Courtney in it. She's the overall winner. It didn't sound like her feet got beat up so bad. So I think maybe if I think about it in a really good way, I could plan it so that my feet don't get as beat up as yours did. Like there was so much sand there. I think if you have the right shoes and the right socks, you can minimize that.
Yeah, I already learned a bunch of different things from it. So you're right. Having the proper equipment to be out there will definitely reduce the number of blisters, whatever. If you look at some of the other people who finish, like in the top, they have like maybe one band-aid or like one blister or what have you. So their feet they were not beat up like mine was.
And I think one of the biggest things I learned from this event is it's not about winning or placing or going as fast as you can. When I do an Ironman, that's usually my goal, is to see how fast I can do it and trying to qualify for something, right? And when I watch you guys do it, you're not running. Some of you are not running. You're not running. It's a very slow event, and that took me a while to wrap my head around. Is you guys aren't running. You're just moving, and you're moving very, very slow. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's just something I had to wrap my head around. That you're not running fast or even moderate throughout the whole day, because you can't do that. Yeah. And it's changed the way I think about my runs. When I've been running, I go, okay, if I feel like I'm pushing too hard, I'll just slow down. Yeah. How slow? I can go as slow as I want. Yeah. I can go down to 2 miles per hour, right? Yeah. And then keep going. And that's a big eye opener for me, is that anyone can do this. Well, I'm not going to say anyone. You did say that. You said anyone can do this race, and I disagree with that, because you need to have someone who says, I want to do it because. You need a big why. Yeah. And if I can make my why big enough, then I will do the race. Yeah. And my why is not there yet, because I still like Ironman. I don't like being beat up for so long. I know I can recover relatively quick from an Ironman or a half Ironman. The 240, I'm not sure how long it would take me to recover from that. But I like the whole, the mental challenge, the physical challenge, and the spiritual awakening that you had.
Yeah.
And
Watch Todd's video if you want to know about my spiritual
yeah,
spiritual experience.
it's and when you're out there, you're in the middle of nowhere, and I'm not sure if I've ever seen such amazing scenery. Like we did the Grand Canyon earlier this summer, and that was off the chart. We had a great time.
That's pretty cool.
And there's something cool about running in the dark with the headlamp on. Like I've never done that before, so we did that in the Grand Canyon. And I thought it was stupid to start with. I'm like, Kevin, why are we starting at 2:00? But when I look back on it, that was one of my favorite parts of running the Grand Canyon. It was running in the dark with the light on. Yeah. I liked it.
That's pretty cool.
So there's a lot of things that draw me to this event, whether it's maybe the shorter race, but Moab is, it's easy to get to as well, right?
Yeah, it is. Just a side note to that, I'm sure the top 20 people, top 50 people were probably doing a lot of running.
Yeah, and you know what?
Johan didn't do a lot of running.
I'm not here to offend anybody, so if you take offense to that, really please don't. I was following the back of the bus of the race.
That's right.
And I saw the leaders on day one, and that was it. Because you guys were gone. You guys were gone. Like Courtney, she killed it. Like she killed it. And for anyone to go that fast on that distance, it blows my mind. And there was no way that, if I'm going to do that race, there's no way I'm even coming close to that. And if I did it, I wanted to go a nice and steady pace throughout. I don't know what that pace would be. And I do realize that...
I think you should test that theory out.
Yeah.
I think...
and so I think I'm rambling, but the question is am I going to do it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say no. So maybe sometime in the future, but
That's all it takes. A maybe. That's all it takes.
There definitely is an appeal there, and I think watching it is a cool thing if you're going to crew it. I recommend people to go and crew it and check it out because it's an amazing thing to watch. And the biggest thing for me is, if you don't know Johan, he on his text that he wrote about himself, what did you call yourself?
My description?
Yeah.
I'm a slow and lazy triathlete.
Okay, see, I didn't want to say that, so he said it. And so he got himself across the finish line, and what you did to me is amazing, and it's fantastic. And I think when you do that, when you do an event like an Ironman or a marathon or something, it shows you can do something that maybe you thought you couldn't do. Yeah. And when you get to that point, you realize you can do anything.
No big deal.
Right? It's NBD. And then you realize that, you know what, you really do have no limits.
There you go.
I cannot throw that in there. But the limits that we put on ourselves are usually, they're false. And an event like this will show you can break them. And there's no guarantee you're going to finish. Like there's a lot of people that did not finish. And we can't forget those people. And I saw them not finish, and it's sad. But that's part of life. Just because you sign up for an event does not mean you're going to finish it. But that should not stop you from signing up. And if you didn't finish this year, do it again.
There you go. All right. Well, those are my 10 questions. Thank you, Todd, for crewing for crewing us, Kevin and I. That was really, really awesome. I know I couldn't probably do it without you. It was just nice to have you out there supporting us, helping us out, reading me stories to sleep. And that was cool having a friendly face out there, somebody somebody that who's going to help you out. I think that's tremendous support. So thank you, Todd.
Hey, you're welcome. And if you're looking for an endurance running coach, now I know how to do it.
NoLimitsTriathlon.com. There you go.
Awesome.
That's it.
That's good.
See ya.
Johan, congratulations. Give me 5.
Thanks. There you go.
All right. See ya.